On August 30, something unseen will move within you, and this movement will not come with noise, nor with signs that the eyes can capture. It will come silently, like the wind brushing across your skin, invisible yet undeniable. The unseen forces of life are always present, guiding, shaping, and transforming, but it is only in rare moments, such as this day, that you become aware of their power. August 30 is not about what you can touch or see, it is about what you can feel with your spirit, the hidden pulse of life that carries you beyond the ordinary. Life has always been built upon the unseen. Your thoughts cannot be held in your hand, but they design your entire destiny. Your breath cannot be captured, yet without it you have no existence. The silence between sounds carries more meaning than the noise itself. August 30 carries this same truth. On that day, the power you need will not come from anything external. It will come from the subtle, from the invisible current that awakens within your inner world. The unseen is not weak, it is the strongest force because it cannot be broken or destroyed. When you step into August 30, do not look outside for the signs of change. The unseen forces work in silence, and silence is louder than the voice of the world. You will feel a shift not in your surroundings, but in the way your spirit responds to them. The unseen has always been your guide. The challenge is not to find it, but to trust it. Trust the invisible rhythm that has brought you here. Trust that on August 30, something will rise inside you that you cannot name, but will recognize as truth. It is easy to be distracted by what the eyes can see. People chase money, chase recognition, chase the approval of others. These are visible rewards, but they are empty if the unseen foundation is weak. On August 30, the reminder is clear: the strength does not begin with what is visible. It begins with your unseen energy, your unseen focus, your unseen commitment. What others cannot see is exactly what holds the power to change everything. The unseen is not a mystery to fear, it is a source to embrace. The roots of a tree are unseen, yet they are what hold it steady in the storm. Your discipline, your consistency, your patience, these are roots. No one applauds them, but they carry the entire weight of your future. August 30 is the day where you must connect to your roots, to the invisible ground of your being, because the storm will come and only those who are grounded will remain unshaken. On this day, do not expect a miracle to fall from the sky. The unseen miracle is already inside you. It is the calmness that holds you steady when fear comes. It is the clarity that whispers to you when confusion tries to cover your mind. It is the quiet strength that keeps you walking when the road feels endless. This is what August 30 will reveal, that your greatest power is not outside, but already inside, waiting to be noticed. When you learn to honor the unseen, you learn to master yourself. A warrior does not fight for what is obvious. He fights for the invisible discipline that cannot be stolen. A seeker does not look for treasures that shine. He looks for wisdom that no eyes can measure. On August 30, step into the path of mastery by remembering that every visible result comes from an invisible practice. Every transformation is born in silence before it is ever witnessed by the world. The unseen is not a weak shadow, it is the essence. To live only by what is seen is to build on sand, fragile and temporary. To live by what is unseen is to build on rock, eternal and unshakable. August 30 is a day when life shakes you to remind you of this truth. What shakes can be rebuilt, but what is unseen cannot be touched. That is your real strength. That is your unbreakable core. So let August 30 be the day where you no longer chase the surface. Let it be the day you commit to building the unseen within you. Discipline, clarity, resilience, stillness. These are the forces that will carry you through storms, that will lift you when no one is watching, that will make your life unshakable. Something unseen will move in you, and when it does, you will realize that everything you ever needed was never missing. It was only waiting for you to awaken to it. On August 30, something will shake inside you, and it will not be an outside storm, not a noise from the world, but an inner earthquake. Life's greatest turning points do not arrive with thunder in the sky. They arrive as quiet realizations that break open the old walls inside. The unseen tremor that will rise on August 30 is not meant to destroy you, but to remove the foundations that were never meant to last. This shaking will feel like a collapse at first, but what collapses is only the false, only the fragile, only the part of you that cannot carry you further. The inner earthquake is the most powerful change a human being can experience. Mountains may fall and rivers may shift, but the strongest shift is when the spirit begins to break free of its own cages. On August 30, a cage will be shaken. A belief that once held you will no longer stand. A fear that once controlled you will begin to lose its power. The shaking will strip away illusions, leaving you raw but real, shaken but alive. This is not the end. This is not the end. It is the beginning of a new self. Do not resist what shakes. Resistance only makes the trembling harder. When the inner earthquake comes, allow it to move through you. On August 30, you will feel something shifting in your center. It may feel uncomfortable, it may feel uncertain, but it is the exact discomfort needed to wake up your strength. Growth never comes in stillness, it comes in the quake, in the pressure, in the breaking of old patterns. The unseen tremor will be your call to rise. Think of the earth. When it shakes, the ground splits, and what is hidden beneath rises to the surface. On August 30, your spirit will do the same. Parts of you that have been buried, your courage, your clarity, your forgotten willpower will rise. You may have covered them with doubt, with hesitation, with fear, but the shaking will remove the layers. What is unseen within you will become visible through action. What was silent will begin to speak. The inner earthquake is not punishment, it is purification. Just as a forest fire clears the old to make way for new life, the trembling of August 30 will burn away what no longer belongs in you. The false attachments, the heavy burdens, the doubts that whispered for too long, this is what will fall. You will be left lighter, clearer, sharper. This shaking is your chance to finally let go of what you should have released long ago. Do not fear collapse. Collapse is not the end, it is the clearing. A wall that falls gives space for light to enter. A chain that breaks gives freedom to move. On August 30, the unseen quake will remind you that every breakdown is preparation for a breakthrough. The parts of you that shake apart are only the parts that were weak, temporary, or misaligned. What remains after the shaking is what is true, what is strong, what can carry you forward. In life, the strongest foundations are built only after the ground has been tested. August 30 is your testing ground. The inner quake will demand that you let go of comfort because comfort is fragile. It will demand that you let go of fear because fear cannot survive in the truth. It will demand that you stop clinging to what was and instead step into what is becoming. The unseen quake will tear away illusions and force you to see with clarity. This clarity is not gentle, it is fierce, but it is necessary. When you feel the shaking on August 30, remember this, it is not there to break you. It is there to rebuild you. Let the quake pass through your spirit without fear. Breathe deeply and allow the old structures to fall. You are not losing anything real. You are losing only what was holding you back. The trembling of this day is your awakening. It is the soundless thunder of change within you, reminding you that you are stronger than every wall that has ever contained you. On August 30, the unseen tremor will leave you standing differently. It will not leave you weaker. It will not leave you broken. It will leave you more aware, more alive, more grounded in who you are becoming. The earthquake inside is not a curse. It is a blessing in disguise. When it passes, you will see the truth. What shakes is never as powerful as what remains standing. And what remains standing inside you is unshakable. On August 30, the shift that arrives will not be one you can see with your eyes. It will not come as a clear event that the world can record. It will come silently from the inside, and you will feel it in the depth of your spirit. This day is not about surface changes. It is about an awakening beyond the surface, a recognition that the unseen holds more truth than everything you can touch or measure. August 30 will remind you that the most powerful transformations are never visible to the eye, but are always undeniable to the heart. When a seed grows into a tree, the first movement happens underground, unseen by anyone. When a person begins to transform, the first signs also rise beneath the surface where no one is watching. August 30 is such a moment. On that day, the invisible awakening will begin, not in the noise around you, but in the quiet movement within you. This is where real change begins, where life itself begins. What your eyes cannot see is exactly what your soul will feel. The surface world often deceives us. People show smiles while hiding pain. Achievements shine while emptiness lingers behind them. Success is displayed, but discipline is hidden. The outer appearance is not always truth. On August 30, you are called to look past the surface and feel what lies beneath. The unseen awakening will not flatter your ego, it will speak directly to your core. It will ask you to leave behind shallow measures of worth and build instead on the strength of your inner life. Awakening beyond the surface means daring to trust the invisible. It means listening to the silence between your thoughts. It means honoring the strength that grows slowly in the dark, without applause, without recognition. On August 30, your spirit will feel this shift. It will not be loud, but it will be strong. The clarity you have been waiting for will not appear as an image in front of you, but as a feeling inside you, a feeling that whispers, this is the path, this is the time. This unseen awakening is not sudden magic, it is alignment. It is the moment when the mind, the body, and the spirit come together, no longer scattered, no longer fighting. On August 30, you will notice this alignment even if the world around you looks unchanged. Others may see nothing different in you, but you will know. You will carry yourself differently. You will respond with more stillness. You will recognize that true strength does not need to be displayed. It is felt. Do not underestimate the unseen. What is invisible shapes every visible outcome. The roots of your thoughts determine your actions. The strength of your breath determines your endurance. The stillness of your spirit determines your clarity in chaos. On August 30, you are being reminded that without the unseen, the seen collapses. Without the inner, the outer cannot survive. The awakening will guide you back to the invisible roots that sustain your life. To awaken beyond the surface is to free yourself from illusion. It is to stop believing that the surface story is the full truth. Pain may show itself as failure, but beneath it lies resilience. Struggle may show itself as darkness, but beneath it lies potential. On August 30, the unseen shift will teach you that what you feel within is more powerful than what you see outside. Your reality is shaped not by what appears, but by what you choose to hold inside. Again, it will test you. It will ask you to close your eyes and still know that something is moving. It will ask you to let go of the craving for visible proof and instead walk with inner certainty. On August 30, when nothing seems different on the surface, the challenge is to trust what you feel. The unseen will shake your spirit. And though no one else may notice, you will know that something inside you has changed forever. When the surface breaks, it does not reveal the end. It reveals what was always hidden beneath. On August 30, what is hidden will begin to rise your patience, your strength, and you are not encouraged. You will discover that you are more than the roles you play, more than the achievements you display. You are the quiet force behind all of it, the unseen foundation that cannot be shaken. And once this awakening begins, nothing on the surface can ever control you again. August 30 will not be remembered for what was seen, it will be remembered for what was felt. It will be remembered as the day you awakened beyond appearances, beyond illusions, beyond the fragile surface. It will be remembered as the day you began to live from your spirit, unshaken by what the eyes can see and unstoppable because of what the soul now knows. The unseen awakening of August 30 will not end with that day. It will remain guiding you, carrying you, and shaping every step of the path ahead. On August 30, life will ask you to release. The shaking of this day is not meant to destroy you, but to free you from what you no longer need. Just as a tree must shed its dead leaves for new ones to grow, you too must let go of the unnecessary. August 30 is not about carrying more. It is about carrying less. It is the moment where you must look at what has been weighing your spirit and allow it to fall away. This letting go is not weakness. It is strength. It is the act of choosing freedom over burden. Many people believe they must hold on to everything: memories, wounds, fears, even identities that no longer belong to them. They carry the past like heavy stones, never realizing that these stones are what keep them from rising. On August 30, something unseen will shake your spirit, and when it does, the old stones will loosen. You will feel the weight that has followed you for years begin to slip away. The release will not come easily, but it will come with power. And once it comes, you will understand that letting go is not loss, it is liberation. To let go is to trust. It is to know that what falls away is no longer meant to remain. The tree does not cry when its leaves drop in autumn. It knows that the space left behind is what makes way for new life. In the same way, August 30 will remind you that what departs is not punishment, but preparation. The doubts you release, the fears you abandon, the old habits you outgrow, these are not pieces of your identity being torn away. They are shadows, illusions, layers that covered your true self. On this day, you will feel the call to loosen your grip. It may be a relationship you have outgrown, a belief that no longer serves you, or an expectation that has been crushing your spirit. Whatever it is, August 30 will reveal it. The unseen power will shake you until you see clearly that holding on is what keeps you chained. The courage to let go is the first step into renewal. The spirit cannot rise while carrying unnecessary weight. Letting go is not passive. It is an active choice. It is the decision to stop feeding the voices of fear. It is the decision to step away from the illusions that pretend to be security but are really prisons. On August 30, you are asked to make this decision. You are asked to honor yourself by releasing what no longer belongs. This release is not the end of your story. It is the clearing of the path so the story can continue. Every ending is also a beginning. When the tree drops its leaves, it is already preparing for spring. When you release your fears, your doubts, your chains, you are already making room for the next version of yourself. On August 30, you are reminded of this cycle. The unseen shaking is not chaos, it is renewal. The moment you let go is the moment you make space for what is greater, lighter, and more aligned with your spirit. This release requires honesty. It requires you to look at yourself without excuses and admit what is no longer helping you grow. The ego will want to hold on, but the spirit knows the truth. On August 30, listen to that truth. If it tells you that a certain thought has no place in your future, let it fall. If it tells you that a certain pattern keeps you small, break it. If it tells you that you are carrying a burden that belongs to the past, release it. Each act of letting go is an act of becoming free. You will feel lighter after this shaking. The weight you carried in silence will begin to disappear. And in its place will come stillness, clarity, and strength. Letting go is not weakness. It is the highest form of power. Anyone can hold on to what is heavy. Only the strong can release it. On August 30, you are invited into this strength. You are invited to drop what you no longer need and walk forward with a spirit that is unchained. Remember, nothing real is ever lost. What falls away was never yours to begin with. What remains after the release is your true foundation. On August 30, this will become clear. You will see that the unnecessary was only noise. The silence left behind will feel like peace. And from that peace will rise your new strength, your new clarity, your new path. August 30 is not a day of endings. It is a day of cleansing. It is the moment where you step out of the prison of the past and into the freedom of now. Something unseen will shake you. And in that shaking, you will finally let go. And when you let go, you will realize that nothing has been taken from you. Instead, everything real, everything strong, everything eternal within you has been waiting for this very moment to rise. On August 30, life will not ask you to escape the shaking. It will ask you to master yourself in the middle of it. Discipline is the bridge between chaos and harmony. Without discipline, the unseen force that shakes your spirit will feel like destruction. With discipline, the same force becomes transformation. August 30 is not a day to run from the quake inside. It is a day to stand tall, to breathe steady, and to master the movement of your own mind and emotions. Chaos always comes. The world outside will never stop shifting. People will speak, storms will rise, doubts will appear. But on August 30, the reminder is clear: what happens outside is not the danger. The true danger is when the spirit inside is left untrained, unfocused, undisciplined. If you are not in command of yourself, the chaos of the world will command you. This is why discipline is not a choice, it is a necessity. It is the shield that protects you when everything shakes. On August 30, you will feel the pressure to react, to be pulled by emotions, to be carried by fear. But the teaching of this day is to remain still inside. Discipline is not about denying your emotions. It is about not being ruled by them. It is the art of feeling the storm and still choosing your direction. The unseen force of this day will challenge your discipline. It will shake you to see if you can still stand in balance when the ground beneath feels unstable. Discipline begins with the smallest acts: rising early, breathing deeply, training the body, training the mind. These unseen practices prepare you for the unseen quake. No one applauds your discipline in silence, but it is exactly what makes you strong when the shaking arrives. On August 30, your spirit will realize that survival is not about being lucky, it is about being prepared. And preparation is built on daily discipline, invisible yet unshakable. The chaos of life can either scatter you or sharpen you. Discipline is the deciding factor. On August 30, when the unseen tremor shakes your inner world, discipline will give you clarity. It will remind you that no storm lasts forever, no quake can break the unbreakable, and no darkness can hide the light that is chosen. To live without discipline is to be a prisoner of circumstance. To live with discipline is to be free, because no matter what happens outside, you remain in command of yourself. Discipline is not a punishment, it is liberation. It is not restriction, it is power. On August 30, you will see this truth clearly. The shaking inside you will not be meant to crush, but to reveal where your discipline has been weak and where it must grow stronger. Every time you lose control, you are shown where you must train. Every time you stand firm, you are shown how far you have already come. Discipline is the mirror that never lies. To master yourself is the greatest achievement. Titles, possessions, recognition, these are surface victories. But the one who has mastered their own mind, the one who is not moved by fear, temptation, or chaos, is untouchable. On August 30, the unseen reminder will shake you toward this mastery. It will demand that you rise above impulses, that you rise above distractions, that you rise above the noise of the world and hold yourself steady like a mountain in the storm. Without discipline, growth is temporary. With discipline, growth becomes permanent. The shaking of August 30 will not destroy you if you meet it with discipline. Instead, it will refine you. It will strip away the false reactions and the wasted energy. It will teach you to act with intention, not impulse. It will teach you to carry stillness even while everything moves. This is the true strength that no one can take away. Remember that the unseen is always stronger than the seen. A disciplined mind is invisible, but it shapes everything you do. A disciplined spirit is silent, but it carries power in every action. On August 30, this truth will echo inside you. Others may see nothing different, but you will know. You will know that discipline has kept you calm in the storm, steady in the quake, and clear in the darkness. August 30 will not reward the restless. It will not reward the careless. It will reward the disciplined. the ones who have trained themselves to remain unshaken. This is the gift of that day, the reminder that chaos cannot control you when you have mastered yourself. The unseen force that shakes you will not be your enemy. It will be your teacher, showing you the strength that comes only from discipline. On August 30, choose discipline. Choose mastery over reaction. Choose focus over distraction. Choose the inner command that no storm can break. When you do, the shaking will not weaken you, it will transform you. It will make you stronger, sharper, more alive. And when the day ends, you will not be left broken. You will be left unshakable, standing with a spirit that has proven its strength through discipline. On August 30, and you will not remain the same. The shaking of this day is not meant to leave you broken. It is meant to leave you renewed. Every unseen force that moves within you on this day is a call to rise into something greater, to step into a version of yourself that is clearer, stronger, and more awake. Renewal does not come without shaking. Growth does not come without discomfort. August 30 is the moment where you are asked to let the old self fall away so that the new self can emerge. This renewal is not about adding more to your life. It is about becoming lighter, more refined, more aligned with who you truly are. On August 30, you will notice that what once controlled you no longer has power. The doubts that seemed heavy will lose their weight. The fears that whispered loudly will grow silent. You will feel a shift, subtle but strong, as if a new energy has entered your spirit. This is not imagination, it is transformation. It is the natural result of what happens when the old chains break and space is created for something higher to rise. Rising into renewal means that you stop identifying with the version of yourself that was built on fear and hesitation. It means that you no longer allow the past to dictate the present. August 30 is the line between who you were and who you are becoming. On one side of the line are your old patterns, your limitations, your excuses. On the other side is the self that is willing to live with courage, with clarity, with purpose. The unseen shaking is what pushes you across this line. Renewal is not about perfection, it is about direction. On August 30, your direction will shift. You may not see every step ahead, but you will know you are moving forward. Renewal is felt in the way you carry yourself differently, the way you think differently, the way you respond differently to challenges. What once made you collapse will no longer have the same power. What once made you afraid will no longer hold the same grip. Renewal gives you freedom to rise beyond the limits that once defined you. The shaking of August 30 may feel uncomfortable, but this discomfort is necessary. Just as the caterpillar must break the cocoon to become the butterfly, you must break through your old shell to step into renewal. The unseen energy will push you to this breaking point, not to harm you, but to release you. What breaks is not you. It is the false image of you. What falls is not your spirit. It is only the layers that were hiding it. Renewal reveals what has always been waiting beneath. On August 30, allow yourself to trust this process. Do not cling to what is falling. Do not fear what is leaving. Renewal requires space, and space is created by letting go. The moment you release the unnecessary, you rise. You rise into clarity, into peace, into strength. The renewal of this day will not be loud, but it will be permanent. You will wake the next day different, not because the world outside has changed, but because your spirit has risen into a new state of being. Rising into renewal also means responsibility. Once you step into this new strength, you cannot return to old excuses. You cannot pretend to be blind to what you now see. On August 30, the unseen shaking will make you aware of who you are meant to be. And with awareness comes the responsibility to live in alignment with that truth. Renewal is not temporary, it is the foundation for everything that follows. This renewal is not only for you. When your spirit rises, your presence changes the space around you. Others will feel your strength, your clarity, your calm. They may not know what shifted, but they will feel it. On August 30, your renewal becomes not just your gift, but also your service. The stronger you become, the more light you carry into the lives of those around you. Do not underestimate what this day means. August 30 is not just another date on the calendar. It is a turning point, a spiritual rebirth. Something unseen will shake you, and in that shaking, the old will fall and the new will rise. You will step forward with a spirit that cannot be broken, a clarity that cannot be clouded, and a strength that cannot be taken away. This is renewal. This is rebirth. This is the promise of August 30. When the day ends, you will not be who you were before it began. You will be renewed. You will be lifted into a new cycle of growth, carrying with you the wisdom of the past but free from its weight. The shaking will not leave scars, it will leave wings. And with those wings, you will rise higher than you ever thought possible. August 30 is the day of rising. It is the day of renewal. It is the day your spirit begins again.